Oh, hello. Welcome to Shutterbug Studio. How can I help you today? You have an appointment? Okay, what was the name? And I'll just pull up your file. Okay, here you are. Yes. So it looks like you have a cosplay photo shoot scheduled for today. So we're going to have quite a bit of fun then, aren't we? Now, do you mind if I ask a question? How did you hear about my studio? Okay, a friend recommended it. Do you mind telling me the name of your friend? Because I like to give out reward coupons when people refer my studio, so I'll give your friend a discount next time they come in. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, that was actually a really fun shoot. That was also a cosplay shoot, so that's probably why they recommended the studio for your cosplay shoot. So next time they come in, I'm going to give them a 10% discount. And you can get discounts as well if you just remember to tell people to say your name when they come in. So recommend our studio and you'll get discounts as well on your next shoot. So, alright, so looks like you're not in costume yet. I always ask just to be sure because some cosplays do look like regular costumes, but yeah, you look like you're in civilian clothes, so our changing room is over there, so why don't you just head back into there? It's a very large changing room. You'll have plenty of room to get on all your armor and your wigs or whatever else you might need. There are several full-length mirrors in the changing room, so you can get a shot of yourself, from every angle. Make sure you're really ready before you come out. And then we also have a sink in the changing room in case you need to put on any cosplay makeup or anything. There's, the sink and the soap, towels and water, so there'll be everything you need, aside from the makeup, of course, which you'll have to bring that out yourself. So why don't you head back into the changing room, get into your costume, and then meet me over there in Studio 2. I'll be there with the camera, and then we can get started on your shoot, okay? Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Wow, now that is a really amazing costume. Did you make that? Yeah, that's very impressive, and I've seen a lot of costumes because I've done a lot of cosplay photo shoots, so that is a very impressive costume, so nice job. So this, of course, is my camera. And why don't we just start with kind of some casual shoots. So why don't you back up a little bit there, and then back up a little bit, and then look at me. We're kind of keeping your body to the side if you can. Yeah, a little bit like that. Okay, turn your body just a little more toward me, not fully, but just a little bit, so you're not quite square on. Yeah, just like that. Yep. Okay. Now why don't you try one with the leg out to the side, kind of leaning off to one direction. Yep. Okay, and then why don't you try the other leg? Okay, great. Let's try something a little more dynamic. How about like your hands on your hips or something? Okay, and then can you kind of whisk your cape out with your hand there? A little more, just kind of so it flies. Yeah, I can edit out the wrinkles later, so don't worry about that. Alright, very nice. Okay, why don't you flip your wig, and I'm going to capture it just as it's flying through the air. Right, one more time. Alright, yeah, very good. Alright, try that one more time. Okay, that's great. Now do you want to try a flying pose? Which, of course, you can't actually fly, but, just jump up in the air, and then as you come back on your descension, I'll click the shutter then because it gives the illusion that you're flying. So this might take a couple of tries, but why don't you give yourself a good jump there. Alright, do that again. Alright, try doing one, a jump so that you're not quite straight on again. Photographs generally look better if you're not quite square to the camera, so. Oh yeah, that's great. I'm going to try one more, kind of facing away so it looks like you're flying away from me. Oh, perfect. Yeah, these are going to look really good. Okay, so how about kind of some casual ones? Why don't you stand over next to the corner of the wall there and just kind of lean against it? Yep, just like that. Okay, now why don't you lean right into the wall, get right up against it, and then look at me with your body pressed right against the wall. Get one of those kind of cool shots. We'll zoom right in on that. Oh yeah, very dynamic, very nice. Okay, let's do a few where you're not looking right at the camera. So why don't you turn your head to the left, well, your right. All right, and now why don't you look toward the right, maybe kind of down a little bit, a little more. Perfect. And why don't we do one more where you're kind of looking up and off into the distance, almost as if you're pondering who to save next. Perfect. All right, why don't we try a few ground shots now? One where you're kind of like crawling toward the camera. All right, yeah. Yep. A little more, maybe stick your arm out as you're actually crawling toward the camera. So just kind of, you know, really give the impression that you're crawling toward the camera. Oh, that's perfect right there. Great, yep. Okay, and then how about one just lay out lengthwise? Get the full costume in here. Yep. Okay, how about one where you're kind of meditating or in deep thought, you know, kind of pondering a little bit. Yep. Yep, that's it exactly right there. Okay, and one more. Why don't you just give me kind of like a casual pose, like superhero on the day off kind of pose here. Okay, excellent. Now why don't we do a few that they're gonna feel really weird, but I'm gonna Photoshop these with different backgrounds later on. So why don't you go stand next to the green screen right there? Yeah, kind of center yourself. Yep, in the green screen. And then I'm gonna ask you to do kind of some odd poses, but they're gonna look really cool when I get the final shots edited up and we take the green screen out, and you'll just see the backgrounds that I put in. So why don't you just lean right back against that, yeah, as well as you can balance. I know it's kind of an odd pose. And maybe lift up one leg so the knee's up. It's gonna look like kind of a flying pose later on. Okay, yep. Now try it with the leg down. Yep, that's it exactly. Okay, why don't you spread your arms? Oh, perfect. And now there's a pin right next to you there. Why don't you pin your cape right to the wall? I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it'll look really cool. Yep, just like that. Be a little bit higher. Okay, perfect. Now put your arms out in front of you just like you're soaring through the air. Oh, great. Let's do a few more. Maybe face the other direction. Okay, and then maybe a couple straight on. I'm just going to do these from the waist up so we get some close-ups here. Okay, perfect. So why don't you unpin your cape there? And then why don't we do some back shots? We don't have a lot of your backside yet. Why don't you do one where you're facing away, but kind of turn back toward me so I can see your face? Yep. just like that. Then once you try one over the other shoulder, sometimes people do a better job posing over one shoulder than the other, so see how it looks with the other one. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, and so for this one, why don't you totally look away from me, but you kind of want to be looking, you know, up, like you're looking where you're going. A little more, raise your chin a little more. Obviously I can't see your chin from this side, but I can see the back of your head, so I want to make sure that that's, you know, looking like you're looking up and flying toward the stars. Yeah, yeah. And let me get a little closer. Yep. Okay, that is great. So why don't you do one where you're leaning against the corner of the wall with your arm kind of out. Yeah, a little bit casual. Yeah, like that. And why don't you look down, you know, like you're just kind of hanging around. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And so now why don't you come back to the center a little bit, and I want you to kind of like lunge toward me, so you look really, you know, like you're really in an action pose. Oh yeah, just like that. Yep. Alright, why don't you go down on that knee? Yeah, just like sink right down, same pose, just sink down onto the knee. Yeah, perfect. Oh, that's great. Okay, why don't you switch legs? Yep. Okay, now look right at the camera. Okay, now look away from the camera. Oh, fabulous. Oh yeah, that's really great. And so for one more set, why don't you do the superhero landing? That's always a classic. Yep. You want to raise your body up a little more. I know it's kind of a weird pose, but so down on your knees, but raise your body up a little more. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And then why don't we do one, you know, like a screaming pose where the villain, you're pretty sure, has just destroyed the world, and you know, you're not sure you're going to be able to save it. So, you know, just like a really raw emotion, screaming, angry, don't know what you're going to do, frustrated pose. Yeah, yeah, just like that. Okay, yeah. Face your eyes toward the camera a little bit. You know, look toward the camera, but don't move your head because your head's in perfect position right now. Yeah, so just kind of bring your eyes toward me. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love the emotion here, yes. Okay, so now how about like despair? Kind of lean down more on your hands. Yeah, yeah. All right, oh yeah. Yep, that's great. Oh, that is just excellent. Okay. So I think we've got some good ones here, but I always like to end with a superhero in a good mood, so we don't want to end on the despair pics. So why don't you stand back up, and then just give me something that makes you feel really superhero-ish, you know, like you've just saved the world, everything is great, and you are happy to be your character. Yeah, that's really good right there. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think these are going to come out really great. I'm going to put these on the computer, and we'll get them all checked out. You can head back to the changing room and change back into your civilian clothes so that your secret identity is not revealed when you walk out of here. And then you can meet me back at the front desk, and you can go over which images you like the best, and you can pick your 20 that I will give my special touch and edit those up. And of course we do have the green screen photos, which will be edited as well. And you can pick your backgrounds. I have a very large supply of stock backgrounds that work great for superhero pictures, so you'll be able to pick what you like best out of those. So head back, get yourself changed, and meet me up front, and you can look at all your great shots, okay? All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay.